this evening. It's Thursday. Let's have a good time, shall we? Let's have a good time. Few people I was following really well, and Brit Family Fun was just getting off, so I was hanging out with them, but yeah, the fact that they went off, I wanted to chit chat with some of you people. Have you guys ever had those coworkers that you just hate, and you're in that environment, where you've got to deal with these people, and you can't tell them to go fuck themselves, but Max needs some water. Let's give some Max some water. TD Knives, welcome, buddy. Welcome. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put you up while I give the dog some water. But yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, it was just about the coworkers that are just toxic, I guess you could say. I don't think there's a better word other than toxic. Somebody who's just constantly undermining everything that's going on. I don't know if you guys have ever had that problem before, and you're just working with somebody that's been like that, but you know, any job you work at, you know. Funny story that my pretty, welcome in. So one of my favorite stories that I've got actually is my daughter. She was about 18 years old. My oldest, she's now 30, but I'm sorry, she's 28. She's close to 30 though. I measure age in decades, so I'm sorry. I just round them up or down, That might be a fault. Who knows, But either way, I round them. You're 28, you're 30. You're 22, you're 20. That's how I view things. It's just easier for me, decades, because damn near I'm 48, but I might as well be 50, right? So, anyways, not to elude from the topic, but the funny thing is let's go sit outside. Let's go sit outside. Much better view. There's a sunset happening, and we got everything like that. All right. Right, guys? Yeah. So, yeah, as I was saying, you've always got those assholes that you work with that are just generally assholes, So my daughter comes home today, and she's getting, she says, I want to change schools. And I said, why? She says, because there's a bunch of assholes. I'm like, well, life is full of assholes. You're gonna have to deal with them, So, am I in Missouri, the show me state? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm in Florida. I am in South Florida, and it's very hot. All right, not to get distracted though, but it's pretty funny because I was like, don't let anybody piss on your rainbows, There's a lot of assholes out there. There's a lot of people with bad moods, willing to do everything. Don't let them affect you, Don't let them affect you. That's the bottom line. Don't let them affect you. There's a lot of people that want to piss on a lot of rainbows. Right, Max? Max the dog says, yeah. Enjoy your life. God knows how long you've got here. Enjoy it while you've got it. How do you want to be remembered? When you're sitting in that coffin? How do you want to be remembered? I know how I want to be remembered. It's the person that I am. A good person. A kind person. A loving person. A helping person. You know, that's how I want to be remembered. You know? You never know. Your day could come up at any time. Max even knows that. Max ate a tennis ball. Yeah. You hear him? He ate a tennis ball the other day. Oh my goodness. Hi Jeffrey, welcome in. TD. FAFO. Oh, I don't know that acronym. FAFO. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure I like it. TD. What is FAFO? Please elaborate for me. Oh, Evil Man. Hi, Evil Man. All right. Clayton. Clayton's 3D prints. Welcome in. You got to elaborate a little bit on that because I'm just like, oh, now I got to know. Because my kids come up with all these like little slangs and I've got to research them with other parents and we just are like, oh, this is what that means. This is what that means, you know? So, you know, I'm Hook It Up in the house. Welcome, Hook It Up. Welcome in. Just hanging out right now. Miss Brett went off. I was on her live for a little bit, sitting with her. My kids are in a bad mood. They don't want me to make dinner, so I was like, okay, all right, then fend for yourself. Not that I'm not feeding them. We've got tons of stuff that they could microwave or whatever, you know. I got a pile of leftover spaghetti in there. You know, my one daughter didn't want spaghetti, and hey, it is what it is. But the kids were having a rough day, and I honestly didn't know how to relate to them. I was just like, yeah, everybody's an asshole. Always assholes. Anywhere you go, there's gonna be assholes, you know? I was trying to explain that to them, but they're, you know, they're 12 and 14 years old, so they don't understand the spectrum of the amount of assholism that can happen. Well, you think I should trim the beer, Mr. Carrar? Oh, what I'm gonna do, Bill, is I'm gonna make you a moderator. So what that means is you can pretty much click on everybody and see their stuff. Yeah, fuck around and find out. Yeah, you know. I let my girls go into karate, and I basically told them, anybody fucks with you, just kick them in the nuts. And she says, well, it's not all just boys, it's girls. And I said, well, if you break their nose, they generally don't want to fight after that. That's the advice that I gave my daughter. So, you know, I don't know. You think I was going for the homeless look, Bill, to be honest with you. I was going for the full beard, get it as long as I can until I could get it, until I have to do a professional meeting, and then it'll be all trimmed up. Maybe not the mustache though. So. I know what fuck around and find out means. I know that one. Wait, what did he say? Wait. What did he say? I'm sorry. TD said something, and I asked him to elaborate. Okay. If that's what it means, fuck around, find out. I know that one. Yeah. 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 But I tell my girls, if somebody's, don't throw the first punch, but throw the last punch. That's what I try to teach them, you know? But they did karate, so they know, I put them in karate. They had 2 years of karate when they were younger. So they know a little bit. I wish I had kung fu masters, you know, where if a robber broke into my house, I could just say, "Girls, take care of him," you know. But hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So, Bill Carrar is with us tonight. He is actually highlighted on a few of my videos, my older videos. He was actually the first video I've ever taken on YouTube, and it was 8 years ago. Him chopping onions with his eyes closed. And he did those all with his eyes closed. So, if you guys want to look that up, uh, that was actually the very first. It was actually the very first video I ever posted. I just only posted it so I could share it. I didn't have any aspirations of being a YouTube guy, but you know, any aspirations of being a YouTube, I made it. Yay! I'm a YouTube guy. So it's fun. But he's telling me I should trim the beard. You guys think so? He tells me that it makes me look kind of like a homeless guy, but I kind of make a pact at the end of the season when I don't have to serve anybody or do anything like that. I will grow my beard as long as I can. My mustache, I'm always growing, but the beard, I got to trim it during times. But so it looks like everybody left on my end. I like it. I don't know. You guys see Max? Let's see Max. Max! You see him? He's on a lead, so he doesn't run away. Hey, pretty. Thank you. My thing says nobody's here. That's why it's funny. There's nobody here yet. I get comments, so that's funny. There he is. He's attacking his ball. I don't know if you guys can see him or not. Can you guys see him? Ooh. Oh. He's having fun with his ball. He's having a good time. You know? Let him out there. He actually ate a tennis ball this weekend. Tennis balls are not good for dogs, by the way, guys. What they'll do is they'll rip the lining off of the outside of the ball, and they'll actually eat it, and their body can't digest it, and it'll get stuck in their stomach, and they can die from it. So he had found, I got rid of all the tennis balls that we had, and I'd found one skinned, and he was acting funny, and he was not. Hi, Miss Britt, welcome in. Hey, Miss Britt. So he had eaten the outside of the ball, but that's very bad for a dog to eat. So, you know. Yeah, it cost us $1,200 to save his life when he was a puppy. And I looked at my wife and I said, if he keeps doing it, we can't. There's no way we can afford it. I mean, we had to put it on credit cards. We didn't have the money at the time, and it was like, I said, she's like, well, I'm not gonna let him die. I said, listen, if he's so stupid that he's gonna keep doing it, we can't. If everybody doesn't see, this is the thing. When me and my wife, all right, when I raise a dog, I raise a dog from actually Mr. Bill Carrar that was on here. He is the one that he breeds dogs. He said, I got an extra puppy. Do you want it? And I said, well, we're not really ready, but you're never ever going to be ready for a puppy, period. So we took him in. And we took him in, and he gave me a lot of suggestions raising puppies his entire life. He breeds them. Not now, he doesn't have like a puppy farm or anything like that, but he breeds them, sells them. Um, so I listened to his advice because he's done this for years, and this gentleman is, I'm gonna say, 10 years older than me. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna divulge his. He's an older he's older than me by, he's got 10 years on me, you know. And yeah, he said, don't give him tennis balls. Don't give him. So I got rid of the tennis balls. However, Max decided he buried one because they found an old rotten one. And I found all of the stuff, and in his poop was the strings of it. And thank God he was able to pass them through, because if not, it would have been, if they bind it up in his intestines, that would have been like a $3,000 surgery, you know? So that sucked. Um, it's something we can really afford, you know? So, but Bill, I hope you're still in. Last comment I got was you trimming the beard. Oh, Hook It Up Homestead works in a veterinarian office. Yes. Socks. Yes, it was. Yes. Yeah. With Max, with the first, when he had to have his surgery, it was hair. The girls had cleaned the hair out of the drain. I live with 3 women, and yeah, there's a lot of hair that gets left in the drains and stuff, and they just, clean it up, throw it in the garbage. Max got a hold of it, and it was like a Ziploc bag full of hair, which causes blockage, you know. So, hi, Princess. How are you? Cats will eat hair ties. We've got the cats. We've got 2 cats. We got 2 cats, 1 dog. We got Mr. Max right there. But like I said, we had this weekend. He wasn't himself, and it wasn't good. He was pooping when he shouldn't have been pooping, like in the house. And now I got a fly bugging me. So. But you guys are here to watch the sunset in Florida. You guys want to see a palm tree in the sunset? Why not? Mm, there it is, right there. Palm tree in the sunset. It actually gets a really nice sky out here. It gets pink, and it looks good. You know, it gets really pretty out here at sunset. You know, But and it's cool enough to sit out here. I don't know what it is, but it's not. It's under 90 degrees. Anything under 90 degrees is okay to sit outside, you know? All right. I understand that the trees in my background look yellow. It's just because the sun is shining on them on the sunset. Um they're dark green leaves. So, just so you know, it kind of looks like but that's kind of the majestic of sunset. You know what I mean? Everything kind of changes colors, you know? Oh, hook it up. I can imagine they had some of the hottest times recorded in Texas. I think I don't remember the reports of the record highs, you know. I'm going to tell you one thing. I got dizzy and I was working up 4 layers of 6 foot scaffolding. So you do 4 times 6, and that's what, 6, 12, 12, 24. I'm 3 stories up, and the heat got to me, and I'm getting dizzy. And I said, "Ooh, this is not the place I want to be dizzy, because I got to climb down a ladder to get down, you know." And that is, bye, sunflower. Good to see you. And yeah, so I was like, oh, I actually had to go down, have a couple glasses of water. I sat in the air conditioning for a little bit, but it's getting rough because I wasn't the only one that had to do it. Everybody else had to go up and do their, and I kept telling everybody because we're way up on the, and I said, you know, everybody's up here. We're having the same kind of reactions, but at different times. You know, all of a sudden you start getting lightheaded or dizzy. You just get the hell down, because if you pass out on the top floor of scaffolding, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna get your body down. It's hard enough getting a little tiny can of paint up up to the top, let alone a body down. No, get down, drink of water, go sit and cool off. You know? Well, I'm sorry you're mad, princess. Sorry you're mad, princess. All right, let's see the other chat. Pretty, how was your day today? Um, Pretty, if you don't mind me asking, how's Washington today? You're my eyes and ears on the street over there. Is there a big is there a big deal with all this stuff going on, or is it just a bunch of and Miss Britt too? Is this a big thing, or I mean, is there like a military presence on your street? Are they standing on your block? I'm curious about that, you know? I genuinely am curious about that. There's a clause in the DC city laws that allow military control of the police at any given time, which is different from every other part of the country. Just because DC is DC, it's a different type of city, you know. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Pretty. It's not the whole state of Maryland. It was just DC, because that's just a different um type of government. And they said it's legal. They could do it for up to a month without Congress intervening. But if he's got his lapdogs in Congress, then pretty much anything he wants to say. Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's the thing. And you know what? The crazy thing is he could have militarized people on January 6th, but he decided not to. He could have militarized. He could have took over the police force on January 6th. Um, he did not choose to do that for obvious reasons. And anybody that voted him again, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, and Trump's every one. So, I guess I could tell you that. I'm gonna turn the other way so you guys can actually see the sunset. How's that? Is that a better? Is that a better view? I like those trees and the sunset. Do you? Oh, princess, you want me to take you off the mod? Okay. I can try. Let me hit your remove as standard moderator. Okay. All right. I took you off. You're no longer a mod. Alienating over half the country. What do you mean by that? Old Glory. I understand what you're saying. It's 50-50 around here, but Old Glory, welcome in. I'm gonna be respectful no matter what your views are. You know. That's your so Quiet Storm in the house. Welcome, Quiet Storm. Thank you for coming in. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have you in. Oh, Glory, I understand what you're saying. But I don't know. I'm not here for I speak my mind. I'm not here for views. I'm not here for anything like that, you know. I do like discussion, and I do like to talk about people's I do like to talk about people's point of views. And if you have a different opinion than me, by all means, I'm willing to hear it. And I actually would like to hear it. And I would actually like to hear your point of view from where you're coming from. Because that's how I roll. I would rather hear somebody's opinion because I've got my own opinions, obviously, but I've only had my own experiences. I don't have everybody else's experiences. And to hear everybody's other things, I mean, somebody might be in a dilemma that I'm not in, especially like when it comes to politics and stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay, all right. I'm going to give you an example, okay? A lot of people are saying, oh, this is a great thing that's going on. And I'm like, okay, I'm reading everything. It's like, okay, I get tax-free tips. I get tax-free overtime. under the first 20,000. Okay. Okay, that's cool. What does that cost? That cost my grandmother losing her Medicaid. It costs my mother losing her Medicaid. It costs us going another $1 trillion into debt. But if you buy a private jet, you can write that off as a tax. You write off your private jet. You can write off your yacht. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So I guess it does work out, you know? I'm starting on my yacht, and yeah, maybe I should get just a loan on a yacht and put it in my tax. Let's see how good that goes for me. I don't think. I don't think it's gonna happen with me. Who's giving me the hearts? Is that you, Britt? You give me the hearts, Britt? I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't own a yacht. I don't own a jet. The Republican Party was supposed to be set up. This is what's funny is the Democratic Party was set up as a strong state, and the Republican Party was set up originally to be states have more power than the national government. So this is the funny thing is this Republican, so to speak, and he actually went on live and he said, if I was going to run, I would run for, this is a quote from Donald Trump, by the way. If I was going to run for politics, I would run under the Republican Party because they will believe anything that you say, and all you have to do is lie to them, and they will still believe it. That's a quote from Donald Trump in 1985. Look it up if you don't believe me. But that's what's so freaking crazy is he's doing everything and he's telling everybody what he's doing while he's doing it. And it's like, are you effing serious? Oh, Glory, you're welcome. Oh, Glory, you're welcome in. And I'm not dissing you on any of your beliefs or anything like that. But, I would like to, I don't have access to a laptop right now. Just sitting, enjoying the sunset. But, oh, Glory, I would love to just talk with you. I am not an aggressive, I'm not a aggressive liberal, so you could say. I'm not an aggressive conservative. I'm a moderate. And that's what's the funny thing is because conservatives and liberals all hate me because I don't take their side. I'm the freaking minority because I'm a moderate. I That's what happens. However, that being said, um, look up the last statement for what? Oh, Glory, what do you want me to look up about Donald Trump saying what he said about the if he was going to run for a party to be a Republican? That's what he said. Hook it up. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming by. Have a wonderful night, hon. Thank you for stopping by. Keep planting. I want to see some updates on those plants. No, don't time. No, nobody needs to get timed out, Britt. Nobody's getting inappropriate. Old Glory's just talking. He's allowed to his opinion. I everybody. See, this is what I'm saying. This is America. Everybody is allowed to their opinion, and I don't care if you like it or you don't like it. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, and you may not like it. You know what? I might not like people's opinion, but you know what? I'm not going to delete them from my channel because I don't like their opinion. They're allowed to talk. As long as everybody's civil and everybody's being respectful, there's no. This is what America, that is the foundation of America. We debate our differences. We're allowed to talk. If you're in North Korea, guess what happens when you say something wrong against the or against the state? You got a bullet in your head. That's it. That's why this country is so special. You're allowed to say what you want. Period. And everybody should respect everybody's ability to do that. I might not like what anybody has to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They still have the right to say it. And I'll fight for the right for everybody to be able to say whatever it is that they want to say. Because this is America. Period. Point blank. Oh, sorry. Did I get on a tantrum? I'm sorry. I do get worked up because a lot of people are just like when they start talking about politics, they get like, "Oh, you're wrong. You need to be deported. You got to." What the F is that? No, that's not how this country was founded. This country was founded. We have discussions. We vote on it. We have a Congress that checks. We've got a judicial system that double checks. We've got the executive session. There was this. There's this whole thing. The problem is the wheels are not going. The executive department is not respecting the judicial department. They're ignoring judges' orders. This whole country was designed for that. And if you guys don't realize, we're on a, I was going to say a slow, steady path to dictatorship, but I think we're on a pretty steady path to dictatorship. It's happening. And it's happening in my lifetime. I never thought it was, When people are sworn into office, they're sworn to protect the Constitution. The Constitution. And I've been seeing blatant neglect of the Constitution. And I'm going to, I don't want to say I told you so, but all right. Taking away freedom of press. Okay? Number one, which everybody's allowed to see everything. Freedom of press. Period, point blank. Keeps a country free. Because everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's transparent. Everything. All right? You get rid of your freedom of press. Okay. What happens when they take your freedom of guns? Now you might say something. Oh, no. Only the bad guys are all the guys on my side. All right. So you say. But I'm sorry. I was on a rant. What do I think? Rasha. India and Pakistan. I'm assuming you're talking about the India and Pakistan skirmish. I'm glad it's over. That's what I can say. I don't like any war at all. I don't think that our president, our commander in chief, is going to meet with a war criminal who's wanted in every other country. Um, what I think, as soon as that guy lands on in Alaska, I think he should have Putin arrested and be a savior. I hope that's what Trump's doing, but I don't think that's going to happen. But this guy is wanted in any other country. He's going to get executed for war crimes, and he's inviting him over to United States, and he has the ability to arrest him when he gets over, and let's see what he does. I don't think he's going to do it. You know what I think he's going to do? I think he's going to pucker up, and I think he's going to pucker up and start kissing Putin's ass. We will see. Scheduled on Saturday in Alaska, a former Russian territory. How ironic, huh? Isn't that going to be funny? Isn't that going to be funny? Let's see. Let's see what the orange Cheetos got to say. Because I'm done with his lies. I'm done. I've been done with his lies. His first time around, you know? Where's his lowering grocery prices day one? What he promised, you know? Raising tariffs. Look how, if you guys look back in history, look how good raising tariffs did for us in 1930, in the 1930s. I don't remember the exact year. You know what it did? Yeah, it caused the Great Depression, essentially. And, you know, this guy has tanked the stock market with all of his things going on. I'm a little jaded about it because my retirement fund is pretty much out the window because of it. Thank God I'm not on Medicaid, Medicare. I'd be screwed, you know. But I'm not that far away from an age where I'm gonna need that. And he's wiping it out. And yeah. Are you hearting me up, Brett? Is that you hearting me up? Thank you, love. I did a new thing where I'm gonna do heart laugh 100%. Heart laugh 100%. So you'll know it's me when you get those crazy ones like that. Yeah. So that'll be from me and you'll know it. I do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'll just spam the shit out of it. But all right. No, I knew it was, hon. I knew because it's only 2 people in the room. I guarantee you, it's not the people that wanted to talk about the situations that's going on. But yeah, no, I've got no problem with anybody from any different view coming on and having a difference of opinion. I respect difference of opinion. That's not that's not what I'm about. But yeah, Orange Man ticks me off because of what he's doing to our country, and I don't like it. I've got no problem saying my point of view about it. Don't like the way he's doing things. Like I said, I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm a moderate. And you know what? That scares both sides. It really does. And both of them hate me because I think for myself, you know? I think for myself. And I encourage and implore everybody to think for themselves, you know? Oh yeah, that's extremely obvious. Oh yeah, yeah. That's extremely obvious. He doesn't care about anybody. That's well, no. There's one person he does care about, you know. You know. Where are these Epstein files? Where are them? Oh, all of a sudden, oh, it's not a big deal. Is it really? Is his base going to support him if they know that he's been diddling little girls? Really? He's openly admitted to walking into the locker room and Miss Teen pageants. Openly admitted it, you know, on Howard Stern. The quote on Howard Stern. Do you have an age limit? He said no, and he says, "Well, I won't do a 12-year-old." That's his start. That's what he quoted on Howard Stern, and this guy sickens me, and I don't care. I don't care if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat. If you support a person that says that, you are a sick person. You're a sick person. That's it. Oh, he's great. He's great. Why? Oh, he's getting rid of all the I don't know what your excuse is for supporting a pedophile. I honestly don't. Anything that you say, I there's no excuse for supporting someone like that. Britt, I'm ranting. I'm guessing it's just you and me right now. Yeah, I think it's just me and you. I think I've estranged everybody else with that rant, but that's all right. It's okay. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, Orange Man's making me angrier by the day. Guess you could say. You know? I was just saying that yeah, I'm done with my rant, but yeah, Orange Guy's making me angrier by the day. That's it. You know? And I don't even have to. If you've got to deal with them one on one this weekend, so you got 1 month. According to Congress, you have 1 month that he's allowed to police your area, take control of your police force. Yeah. And kick out all of those homeless people. And do you know that the amount of money that he puts into this ICE program, stuff like that? Do you know an ICE officer gets paid more than a school teacher? I don't know if anybody knows that, but yeah, so let's all sign up for ICE. Cover our faces up. It's fucking disgusting. I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't care if I'm housing illegal people or not. Somebody masked, not introducing themselves, walks onto my property with a mask and a gun. It's fair game. I'm assuming you're coming here to rob me. That's what I'm going to assume. You're not going to introduce yourself? And I implore everybody else that is approached by a man with a mask and a gun, shoot. That's what I'm imploring everybody to do. And that's it, because police need a warrant to get into your area. You know, whatever. I don't care if there's 20 armed men. 20 armed men, okay, that's a gang. Okay, so a gang of people come into my house. They want to just open my house up and start looking around. You don't have a warrant? You don't want to identify yourself? Guess what? I got something for you. You might, I might go out with you, but you're not coming into my house without a warrant. Number one, you're not going to come into my house without a warrant. And I implore everybody else. We still have the Second Amendment, right? Or yeah, I believe it's the Second Amendment. Yeah, we have a right to bear arms. Bear up. When these masked guys come through, they're as far as I'm concerned, I don't know you from crackhead Jerry. Sorry. You're busting into my property wearing masks with guns, not presenting a warrant. You're getting bullets back, man. That's all I got to say. I'm not getting robbed in my own home. F you. I implore everybody else to do the same. Everybody in America, that's a reason. That's a reason they put the right to bear arms in. Everybody does that. They're not going to be so crazy about just jumping in with their masks on. Guarantee. Sorry. Cali Bear, welcome in, man. Thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen. Yeah, I was on a rant. Hey, sorry, Callie. I was on a rant. I didn't see everybody coming in. You know. Yeah. Oh, Tara Helms in. Hi, Miss Helms. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Now, but that's just how I think about it, and it's so effed up that it's getting to that point. But like I said, these guys wearing masks, just grabbing people off the streets. F you. F you. See, this is. I mean, I know you guys can't really tell, but it's kind of a rural area. People don't even repo cars out here because we're allowed to have guns and we're allowed to shoot out here. Repo people don't generally show up, but I'm just telling everybody, get a piece, get a piece. And if somebody, I'm gonna give this, anybody walks up to your door with a mask on their face, busting your door down, you've got the right as an American to blow those mofos away. And I think if more people started doing that, they think twice about just walking up and busting doors in, you know? Problem is the problem is it's gonna be the ones that are willing to give it all. That's the unfortunate part, you know? That's where it gets down to. I mean, it might get that way, but if it gets that way and it's too late, doesn't matter. Then they got more force. You know? Callie, thank you for coming in, by the way, the other day. You popped into Solomon's Live on Saturday, I believe. There you go, buddy. Your blue jacket. You came into Solomon's while we were there. I can't see the chat when I was on live because it was his live, but I'm glad you made it, man. As soon as he said your name, I was happy. I don't know if you even saw it or not when I responded, when I found out you were on. Cuz I don't know, cuz when I'm on the live on Saturday nights with Solomon, I can't see the chat generally. So what ends up happening is he'll shout out people that are in there. So Leia, welcome in. Hi, Leia. But Callie Bear, lots of hearts. Is Britt still in here? Britt's still in here. I thought you had to go, love. That's funny. You're still here. I know when I see them hearts, you're still here. I can't believe that you listened to that whole entire tirade about that. I got somebody that he was a new sub from another channel, but apparently he's on the other side. But I'm willing to talk about everything. I don't. Yeah, but they don't like when you want to talk about it. And he wanted me to stop and look up information, and I'm like, well, I can't do that at the minute. But I am not old. I don't want to alienate any of my subs. If you're Trump supporters, that's your thing. You're Trump supporters. One of my best friends is a Trump supporter, and this is the difference. This is the difference. Is him and I talk civilly about, oh yeah, okay, well, this is going on. This is going on. Well, let me talk about this. Let me talk about that. Which I understand he was trying to do. He wasn't. Nobody hate on him. He had his opinion. That's fine. Um, please don't and anybody retaliate on anybody that's got their own opinion. This is, as I reiterate, this is America. My page is not going to be about um, ridiculing somebody because of their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their entire opinion. All right. I want you guys to remember that, and don't pull that shit where they, you know, get on and start hating on somebody. I don't hate on anybody. I don't hate on anybody. I dislike people, and I've got no problem talking about who I dislike. But at the same time, like I said, I'm everybody is entitled to their opinion. That is the key that everybody should know. Everybody should know. Whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're independent, everybody should be able to voice their opinion. Period. Point blank. Without getting attacked about it. You know? That's it. Everybody's welcome here. You start getting hateful, that's a different story. Then you're out. But far as discussions, you know, I have no. I used to have a problem with politics. I don't have a problem with politics anymore. You want to say something? Say something. I. You want to ask? I'll tell. I'm not. I'll give you my opinions. You know. Like somebody was asking about the big beautiful bill, and I was like, yeah, well, that's great, but I don't own a yacht. I'm not planning on purchasing a private jet, and yeah, I don't make any money that those tax cuts. I don't own a corporation like Walmart or anything. Yeah, that whole thing has got nothing to do with me other than, you know, uh, clearing Medicaid, I got a disabled father-in-law. Ironically, who's a Trump supporter. Go figure. Even though he cut the hell out of he's got muscular dystrophy, you know? Or look at all those people in Texas. All right. Trump cut all the, Doge cut all of the funding to give electricity to people in need in rural areas. Guess what? There's a lot of people in rural America right now with their lights out. They're not even gonna be able to see this. You know? No, Miss Britt. Yeah. No, I get a little bit more heart. Good old cold beer. Yes, sir. I'm a Bud Light, buddy. You do different buds than me, Callie. But that's all right. We still chill. I still like hanging with you, man. So, Britt, hi. You okay, hon? You got something to say? Both are, both are mature enough to handle it. Did I miss you? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on 0 views. Britt, I like. It depends who's paying, whether it's me or someone else. To be honest with you, um, I love those craft beers, but yeah, no, I drink Bush because it's the cheapest. Generally, if I'm paying, it's the cheapest beer. But if my my neighbor's coming in. You guys want to meet my neighbor? Let me see if he's up for it. Hey, Rob. Rob. Yeah. I'm on live. You want to come on live? Hey, what? I'm live. Do you want to come on live? I'm good, man. All right. I'm with Max live over here. You're on live with Max? Maximus. We were just discussing Trump, so I know that you don't care about that, but it's gonna get him riled. All right. Well, you're in the back. You're in the background. I'm gonna try to keep you out. All right. So. All right. So yeah. So Britt, my favorite beer is free or cheap. That's the bottom line. So. Max has got his friend. All right, Miss Britt, it looks like it's just me and you now, and I'm done with my rant. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, hon. But it was fun hanging out with you. I'm sorry I had to leave so many times during. I was either getting phone calls, had to pick the daughter up from the bus stop. So I'm gonna end the night. Have a wonderful night.